Yo, yo, yo. What's good, Kev?
What's good, man?
Another week, another weekend coming up. Before we really get into it, man, let's talk about how really the season's going. Give your listeners your perspective on how your team's been doing, how they've been performing these past couple weekends. And yeah, man, let's get to it.
Yeah, I've been busy last couple of weekends, so I apologize for not dropping one last week. Been busy with the teams, trying to get the teams organized. So, season is going really well. Uh, we have done really well on the girls and boys side. This season is unusual because last year we struggled. Okay, our team struggled. This year we have a lot of new faces. I would say, over half our teams, the players are new, which helps because it brings new attitude and a new want to be better, and the new people get the new information that we've been preaching for the last 3, 4 years, and they've been receptive, man. I'm very, very happy on the direction of the AAU program on the boys and girls side. We had another successful week of games. The sixth grade girls won a nail biter over the week. The high school boys, they keep on rolling. Our JV boys uh, put on a display. They just play such beautiful basketball. Um, Eighth grade, I think they're undefeated. They haven't lost yet, which is good and bad because you're not as good as what you think, and you're definitely we're definitely ahead of where we were last year, I think. But I'm very, very happy how with any AU program, you have some teams that are struggling, but I think this week we had a good week of practice. We're hoping that another week of practice before we play another set of games, and hopefully we can get the teams that are struggling, we get them rolling because I think not just from a winning standpoint, just from a structural standpoint of getting them on the same level as some of our other teams. But the majority of the teams are doing well, Peace.
What about from a team morale standpoint? Have you seen anybody, not anybody, but these particular teams almost feel a little more uplifted because, we definitely put them, we definitely put them through the fire, during practice, right? Different scenarios, drills, making sure they're competing. Have you seen them, act a little different, seeing that the hard work they've been putting in practice is reaping, good rewards?
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of our teams, like I said, the good majority of the teams, I feel like are practicing the right way, and the results are following that. I'll be interested to see in these next, especially this month, how the eighth grade girls do. I think they've been having pretty good practices. I think still it's one thing of having pretty good practices and then live game hits. So I think they more than anyone I think have been practicing well, but we'll see when a game hits because, as you know, when the game starts, a different kind of speed, a different kind of intensity that I don't think they're used to or accustomed to. So I'll be interested to see them. I'm very interested to see the high school guys. I've been very, very impressed with the high school guys, considering the last 2 or 3 years. We haven't had a lot of success with the high school guys from a standpoint of getting them on the same schedule. We've won with the high school guys, but we haven't gotten them on a schedule of learning the right material, doing it the right way. And I think this year more than any other year, we got, as I like to say, we got some dudes. I mean, these dudes, they could really play. They are so fun to coach and practice, and they're easy to tell what to do. And I think it's a mixture, right? Because you got half the team, 3 or 4 players from PA that are traveling to PA to our program, and then you have a kid from New York. You got kids that are not from this area, and you have 3 or 4 players from this area. It's just a great mix of kids coming here. So I really, really like the high school guys. I like my young girls too. I like my sixth grade girls. I know they make a lot of mistakes in games, but they're the type of team they got better from tournament 1 to tournament 2, and I expect tournament 3 to tournament 4. They also will get better, and they have a lot of good they have a lot of good attributes for a team that you like to see. Okay. They're tough. They exhibit great energy and great effort on the court, and they come to practice ready to go. And this young group, they understand you're going to fail more time than you succeed, and they come to practice ready to go. So I'm interested to see them. My son Troy, his team, they're just learning to play basketball. It's very interesting to see third and fourth grade kids run up and down the court and what they think basketball is. It's very rewarding too, watching them up and down the floor, because they're so energetic about the game, and they don't understand that they're down by 10, or they can care less whether they're up by 10 or down by 20. It doesn't matter. So, the next couple of weeks and see how they took a little bit of a step backwards this tournament, because kids do what they do. They forget the things that we taught them in practice, but they bounced back the second game. First game was kind of rough. Second game they bounced back, and now we're back on track. We had a good practice the other day, so we'll see how they go.
What's it like to coach your own son?
It's it's much like parenting. Me and him, we really have a great relationship. And I think half of it is because of him. He's so receptive to me being hard on him and understanding that I want the best for him. And he really does take it in stride. There's some days that he doesn't want dad. He doesn't want my advice, but those are very few days. And for me, just to coach him and to been around this long to coach him, I mean, that was surreal the first time a few weeks ago that I had a chance for him to put on a jersey of Rise as One and to coach him. And, the two tournaments that I have, it's been one of the most, I would say, one of the most highlight of my whole AAU basketball career, in coaching him. It's been special, and I'm looking forward to the next couple of years of having him grow not only on the basketball floor, but off it, because I think basketball teaches us a lot about life, and I think he's learning both, and I'm glad I'm a part of that.
So what, you're a high level Division I player, played overseas, couple MVPs. So what's the ceiling for him? Definitely NBA. Mini Booker over there.
I mean, people are putting expectations, like my Aunt Marie, my late great Aunt Marie. He's named after Troy Jackson, which is Escalade. A lot of people know he's my cousin. He's named after him, and she said he's going. And when he was born, she was like, he's the one. He's going to the NBA. But whatever he does, I'm just here to help him along with the basketball thing, to make sure that he's doing the right thing. So if he does choose basketball, then he has a great background to fall back on. Because right now we really don't know what sport he's going to participate in. And he's good. He's really good at baseball, really good at football. Basketball is good, and in every sport that he tries, he's really good. He's really on the YouTube piece. He'll look up a sport and look at how to play it. And he has an uncanny ability to go out there, and whatever he sees, he does. He's fairly athletic for his age, and whatever he does, I hope that he's a basketball player, because I'm a baller and I can teach him a lot. But if he's not, we'll adjust. My daughter ended up being a soccer player, a great soccer player. So I'll be fortunate either way.
Cool. So I mean, what? A lot has happened in the past couple months, right? March Madness essentially concluded. The NBA is on its way of closing up shop. I mean, I know we're still going through the peak of the playoffs, but it'll be over before we know it. We're about nearing the halfway point of AAU. So I mean, we're about that time where people are preparing essentially their off season, right? Preparing for, next season, the fall league or their school team in the winter. What are your thoughts on players getting ready for their next school season?
This is an important 4 months. It can make and break a player, I believe. I believe these next 4 months, if you want to improve, it's very important that, kids have plans and understand if I execute on my plan, the reward is great. So a lot of kids, they have the opportunity in the next 4 months, especially the last three, when there is no school, there are no distractions, where you can get better. You can get better at your ball handling, your shooting, your footwork, your finishing, your defense, your athletic ability. There's so many avenues that you can go in and get better in these next 4 months. It's who's going to take advantage of it, because I've seen it work both ways. I've seen people really hone in, have an off-season plan, and then next year they return, and now they're one of the better players. And I've seen the reverse effect: someone who hasn't done anything, who has rested on their skills that they already have. They come back, and then the people around them have gotten better, and they haven't. So for me, it's like, this is the time. This is the time to put the work in and get locked in and make sure that you're ready for next year to be bigger, better, faster.
How do they do that? How do they go about it? I mean, they're coming off the spring AAU high, right? They probably want a vacation. They want to rub their feet in the sand and do all the things. How do you encourage players to essentially, stay the course, remain consistent, even if it is just, 10, 15 minutes a day, opposed to the routine grind of an hour to 2 hours?
Yeah, I think the first thing they have to do is enroll inside of a program. I know we have programs at the Basketball Factory that players can register for. They have to enroll in some type of program that's going to get them on a schedule that they don't have to, pretty much they don't have to do anything. It's left up to the program of how many days a week, what they're training inside that. So I think the easiest thing is to get a program, to search up programs. And I think we do a great job, especially in this area with the kids that we have, to sign up for our programs, the Basketball Factory NJ.com. I think players, if they go there, they'll see we work on everything. We work on shooting, ball handling, footwork, all the stuff that I said before. But again, there's so many programs in New Jersey. You can research it and see which one that fits your game the best.
I mean, talk about essentially walk your audience, being that a lot of them know you and are familiar with you, through your yearly program, as you said. What does it entail? What's the difference between the yearly program versus the spring or the winter or the fall, or things like that?
Yeah, I mean, our yearly program is basically tailor-made to basketball players who want to get better. We infuse both the travel portion and the skill portion, and they do it year round. We're the only program that does that. There's no other program in New Jersey goes year round. They usually go, spring, summer, or spring, fall, or fall, spring. No one does what we do, which is spring, summer, fall, winter. And I do that for the kids up here because I know if you give them structure, if you give them both the training and the playing, then you're going to have your better players. And that's what we have in our program. That's what we have in our AAU program. You can see it. You can see the amount of talent that we have each age group compared to the area. And, it's not comparable because the kids are touching the ball more. They're using their skills more. They're sharpening their skills with all the things that we give them. Take, for instance, in the summer, when people are doing what you said, which is going out, relaxing, hanging out at the beach, our kids are practicing and training 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, in the mornings, when it's not convenient for them. In the morning, it's kind of tough, but all the kids wake up, they come to the morning session, they get their skill training in, and then on Tuesday, we usually have a night practice to keep them going, and then on Thursday, Friday, we have games. So we keep them going year round because we know if we do, the product is we're going to have the better kids, but ultimately we're going to get in return a better player. So, which means a better team, and it's going to be a better outcome.
How have parents been receptive to the yearly program, understanding that it's not very common? Have they been encouraged by it, wary by it? What's the inside scoop?
Yeah, the parents have been great. I mean, they love the yearly program. A lot of I would say right now we have 12 teams in our AAU program. And every year we average 10 retaining 10 of those 12 teams. We usually retain 10 out of 12. And that just goes to show you how popular our yearly program is. I think it's not just a value. I know the parents see a value of the cost, because the cost is considerably less. If you were to buy each of the programs individually, we kind of package up a lot of our programs together so it makes up the yearly. And I know from a cost standpoint, it just makes a lot of sense to go into the yearly if you know you're going to do summer AAU and fall AAU. And then, we don't really travel in the winter. We are really heavy in the skill training in the winter leading up to one of our biggest seasons in the spring. But none of the parents that I know ever talked anything bad about the yearly. They always say how much skill sessions we are doing, how much that's great. In fact, I think this year in our parents meeting, they want more. They want more skill training. They want us to create a subscription-based training where their kids are getting more training. So that's something that we're going to look into. I think it's definitely something that if the parents want it and there's a need for it, then we will open up a lot more skill sessions so the kids can benefit from it. Because I believe if the kids have these resources, then they are going to be one of the better kids in the area or improve their skills enough where they can go in games and execute these skills.
Cool. And to wrap it up, do you have anything in the pipeline relevant to training that you've been working on or you want to share with the audience? Or I know you want to keep it, locked and loaded until you're ready to come out with it. Any last remarks you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, we're probably going to come out some I believe in September. We've been going back and forth and when to put the program. But it seems like in the fall, there's a need because, again, people are doing, especially if you're in high school, they're doing fall sport. So we want to be able to get them ready for the winter and their high school basketball season and their travel play for middle school players. And I think we're looking to do a subscription-based training program where you play very, very minimal. Okay. Can't tell you the cost now because we're still working out the numbers, but it is at a price that, if you don't join, then you're not really a baller, because I feel like if the price is right and it's justified by what you're getting in value, I think it's a no-brainer for parents and players to participate. So now we'll see when we roll it out and what people are saying about it. But I think it's going to be one of our most popular programs when it's said and done. So
cool. Pending this spring. Yeah, that's another one on the books. Until next time.
Appreciate it.